Hey guys, Twigs here. So I managed to overlook this video and it just managed to fly over me. I missed this. I kind of wish I didn't miss it, but I'm going to react to it now. So I am going to be watching Tectone react to a video by Moharb. Now I would be watching Moharb's video, but the man deleted it. Why? Well, if you look right here at the like-dislike ratio in the video, 508 dislikes versus 99 likes. That is a huge ratio. That is the equivalent of a L plus ratio from Dr. Ratio himself. And for proof, I'll take you to Moharb's YouTube channel. Right here is the apology for the video. The actual video would have been somewhere right in between here. So yes, this man got ratioed so hard that he had to literally delete the video or unlist it, something like that. And so we're going to be watching Tectone's reaction to this video because I want to see it. I want to see how bad this video is, and we get some Tectone on the side as well. But I will make sure we have full context because we will also be watching the apology video from Moharb himself. The links will be in the description below. And while you're at it, well, besides Moharb's original video, I can't put that link there. But the links will be in the description. And with that being said, definitely hit that like button. It helps to get the video out there, and hit that subscribe button so we can grow a community over here and we can help grow the channel. So with that being said, let's jump into Tectone's video. Definitely check out Tectone. Cool guy. I enjoy his content. Hit that like and subscribe button for him. Greatly appreciate it. Let's go.
Guess what? How enough? You got
It's already great.
90% dislikes on this video. Okay, there's one of two options. Either this is the worst video ever.
The issue here is that he must have had a pretty bad take. I mean, you had to have a really bad take to literally delete your video.
Let's see this video.
Everyone, Moharb is here, and I was watching the podcast of some of the most legendary, Giga Chad, and underrated Genshin Impact
What podcast between
I don't even know these people.
tactics to force Hoyoverse to listen to their players and make Genshin a better game.
Okay.
They are pretty vocal and serious about the situation because why not? No one at this point would like to be treated the way Genshin is treating their player base,
Okay.
which is truly justifiable.
Okay.
But then a question came into my mind.
Yep.
Yes, you can say that spending money or advertising Genshin will never encourage the developers to change the way they're working. But
Correct.
at the same time, if we are playing, advertising,
Huh?
or in some scenarios spending money or indirectly encouraging our audience to spend money on other Hoyoverse games like Honkai Star Rail.
You're an idiot. You're actually just an idiot. Is this why people didn't like this video? I'm gonna sit here for all 10 minutes. I'm gonna listen to every word that he's saying. This is the
All right, yeah, all right, I'm going to let him cook. But I want to see where he's going with this because the way I see it, Hoyoverse is a parent. Let's say they're a dad and they got 2 kids. Technically, they have more than 2 kids if you count Honkai Impact Third and that other obscure game that Hoyoverse has. But we'll zero in on 2 specific children, Genshin Impact and Star Rail. If one kid is doing something right, then obviously a parent will know, okay, this kid is on the right track. But if the other kid is getting into trouble and just causing shit, then obviously the parent is going to go to that kid and say, hey, you're getting yourself into trouble. Let's see if we can get you back on the right track, because any concerned parent would do that. Let's see where this is going.
this is the dumbest take I've ever heard in my entire life, and trust me, I've seen a Tectone stream. Brother, man, first of all, they're separate development teams. If you spend if you spend a lot of money on one of their games and not their other one, what do you think they're gonna do with the other game? Oh yeah, I know. Probably make it a little bit similar to the other one, considering this one's getting positive reception and the other one is not.
Exactly. If Hoyoverse, being the concerned parent, is going to go to their kid who's causing nothing but unpleasant drama coming to their family and just causing shit, like let's say they're getting themselves into trouble that is just not good, they're going to just go to them and say, hey, why don't we try to zero in on things that can help you grow and become better? Let's find what you enjoy in life that actually is not a problem going forward. And when we look at it in a business sense, if, like Tectone's saying here, if Hoyoverse is making money from Honkai Star Rail, then they're going to go to Genshin Impact and say, hey, what can we do to kind of like capture the success that Star Rail's getting and bring it over to Genshin Impact? That, and this is all specifically coming from if Genshin Impact starts losing money based on their bad perceived behavior and attitude toward the game and the players.
Let's continue.
Or Honkai Impact. Third, are we really contributing to the costs?
Yes.
Because ultimately, it only means that we are giving money to them not through one game, but through the other. I reached to BMO and asked the question, and his reply was that there are different teams behind all these games, and it is already not easy to make players boycott Genshin in the first place. Plus, if we will do that, it will create another step.
You can get them to boycott quite easily, but the problem is their ADD Zoomer attention span will only let them riot for about 72 hours.
Yeah, that is kind of the perception, is that Genshin Impact players are perceived to be extremely casual. And a good chunk of the player base is just very loosely attached to media, especially when it comes to the hardcore Genshin Impact community. So if you take that in consideration, that a good chunk of the Genshin Impact players are super casual and are loosely attached, like when it comes to the rest of the community, or even not even attached at all, you can kind of see that the boycott's not going to go anywhere. And part of me, when the boycott was at its best, when it was at its like most explosive, part of me even kind of knew that this was probably not going to go anywhere, just because the casual player base is so casual. And it more than likely was not going to go anywhere, because Shui Yun comes out, she's super hot, huge assets. It was people. The casual player base was not going to hold back on spending money, and the fact is that Shui Yun's banner actually did well, so it didn't go anywhere at all. And for me, in particular, I mean, when it comes to a player like myself, I didn't. I wanted Ganyu's skin. I wanted it really bad because Ganyu was one of my favorite characters, but I didn't spend money. I didn't spend money on the battle pass. I did not spend any money so far in this update. But that's because I'm a player that is attached to the media and community overall. A casual player is not going to be anywhere as attached as I am.
Hours. And that's pretty much it. Okay, I mean, these little babies can throw their tantrum for a couple of minutes, but then they need to get tired and they need to take a little nappy. Okay, so you can do it. It just ain't gonna last too long. Okay. Also, if this guy says review bomb Honkai Star Rail, oh my god, I think all of the hate is justified. Okay, I
can't wait to see where it goes.
Back, but like, I mean, good god, bro, when you weaponize your incompetence this much on the internet, that shit is terrifying to me, brother. Okay, we should be 5-starring Honkai Star Rail and 1-starring Genshin Impact. Let's continue here.
That for them to find the root cause of players boycotting Star Rail or Honkai Impact Third, etc. Honestly, his points were somewhat valid in their own right.
Okay.
But I still wanted to create this video out of curiosity because it's not all that simple.
Okay.
I agree how well HSR is treating the player base.
Yep.
And it would be harsh to even talk badly about the game, to be honest.
Yep.
But if a content creator is shitting on Genshin and playing Honkai
Oh,
Star
no.
Rail at the same time,
Oh, no.
what is he doing? And
The correct approach. The legitimately objective correct approach.
Oh, God, he's going there. Oh, fuck. Oh, God.
Okay, so if a creator says that Genshin Impact needs improvement and then says play Honkai Star Rail, well, that is what you call leverage, right? And it's very close leverage because, right? For example, let's say you have a mom.
Oh, he's going almost the same way I did.
Okay? And you punish one of the kids for acting poorly, and you praise the other kid for being a good boy. You know what that kid who's acting bad can do if they want their treatment to change? Look towards the kid who's being good, who's getting praised, and mimic what they're doing to get praise from the mom.
About the same route that I went. About the same route. Only instead of a dad, he went with a mom.
It's really not that hard to understand. That's pretty much it. And if you don't get that concept, maybe don't be a parent.
yes, that includes Tectone as well. It ultimately doesn't matter if there are multiple teams running.
Out of everybody to come after, you came after me. This is embarrassing, bro. I mean, bro actually posted this on YouTube. Good God, bro. This shit is just, I'm going to listen to the whole, there's 8 more minutes of this, guys. There's 8 more minutes.
Can't wait.
Different games or a single team, your money from all the games are reaching the same company. There are a lot of Genshin.
Yes. All of your money is going to the same overall parent company, Hoyoverse. But what Hoyoverse is going to, if they're a good educated company, they'll look at where their revenue is coming from and go, all right, if most of our revenue is coming from Honkai Star Rail, then the company will go, all right, we're getting most of our revenue from Star Rail, but what can we do to get Genshin Impact and even Honkai Impact 3rd to reach that same level of revenue? Honkai Impact 3rd, as of right now, is going the right route. They're doing a big update with the Part 2 update. So far, I've played a bit of it, and it's pretty neat. I like it. I think they really did an overall good job. I wish they would add more dub to the dialogue. That way I can kind of be more immersed in the story. But that's neither here nor there. But Genshin Impact, on the other hand, right now has got its grip in the casual market, but it could be doing so much more and so much better. And that's why Genshin Impact has such a negative stigma to its vibe, its atmosphere. And if a company wanted to correct that and say, if Honkai Star Rail was doing better, then that a good company would go, all right, let's see if we can take elements from Honkai Star Rail and apply it to our other games. That way we can see if we can meet the same revenue.
Players, including me, who don't like turn-based combat system, and that's why they don't play Star Rail. But there is no denying that a lot of players switched from
That's an
Genshin
opinion.
Impact to Honkai Star Rail.
Yep.
When they experienced that gameplay, some found it interesting, they stayed.
Yep.
Some found it boring, they left.
Yep.
Then they saw content creators playing the game,
Yep.
they rejoined. Then they saw more quality of life,
Yep.
more
Yeah.
interesting characters, more in-game content. Saw everyone, including those who hate Genshin, down to their core, praising Honkai Star Rail to an extreme that they cannot hear a single word against it. And I'm not joking. We are at the point in time where I cannot create a video saying I love Genshin Impact because you just can't. You don't want the
You can't make those. So let me get this right. You can't make a video saying you like Genshin Impact.
Let's see.
Okay. Who's somebody who forces positivity nonstop? So Genshin Impact dish. Alright, Let's pull it up. I built Zen Yun for Kaya. What's wrong with
Okay.
me? 99% like ratio.
To gaming.
Doing pretty well.
99% like ratio. All right, let's do Doro44, who's known for being overly positive about Genshin Impact. The hardest Genshin Impact try not to laugh challenge. Less than 1%. Less than 1% dislike. This whole idea of that you can't say good things about Genshin Impact without getting shit on is pure.
All right, so don't get me wrong, there's always going to be those negative Nancy's. And so I think even if you did post a video that's just nothing but good vibes toward Genshin Impact, yes, you were going to have those one or two negative Nancy's that will shit on the video. As you saw, there was at least in both Doro and Dish's video about roughly 1%, 2% of dislikes compared to the likes. But overall, it's not anything to kind of sweat over. And so I think Moharb probably is kind of over-exaggerating. He probably is maybe getting like a few, like one or two, maybe three people kind of shitting on Genshin Impact in his comments. But it's probably nothing to sweat over. And I think he probably is over-exaggerating.
But like your whole narrative is just, it doesn't exist.
The wrath of the community and your...
It's actually, what's crazy is, it's actually the exact opposite. To where if you say Genshin bad, you will have a army of limp dick dumbasses on Twitter breathing down your throat 24/7 because you insulted their game.
Viewers, right? You cannot say you like to roam around in the open world to pick mints and berries, right?
Okay, well, I guess you can just admit to having a severe mental illness, right? Okay, yeah, I mean, you're right. People do make fun of mint pickers, okay? Because it's like, bro, do anything better with your life. To be honest, I feel like it's deserved. Am I nuts? Like, for real, bro. If that is what you enjoy doing, is walking around collecting mint and berries, maybe just do something else with your life for a little bit, because that's really sad.
It would be the end of your YouTube career. But at the same time, you would not want to say anything against HSR, or that in order to force Genshin developers to make changes...
Okay, so the problem with HSR is that it's a really good game. And if you're going to nitpick HSR, it's going to be very, very, very nitpicky things, or just dumbass statements like, oh, I think HSR is a bad game because it's turn-based. They should change it, and they should make it a hack-and-slash open-world RPG like Genshin Impact, right? But as far as turn-based RPGs go, Honkai Star Rail has done an amazing job of just making a objectively good turn-based RPG.
And that's true. What a lot of Genshin Impact players that have left the game or just still begrudgingly play it, like myself, is that we wanted a game with good combat that honestly allows us to think. It allows us to strategize. We thought players like Tectone, players like MTashed, and a handful of other players, we wanted that combat system in Genshin Impact to be fleshed out more, to be pushed to its limit. Because it is an overall good combat system. It just isn't explored. But with Honkai Star Rail, the combat system is pushed to its limit. The combat system does have a lot to it when it comes to overall strategy. When it comes to the skill point management, the different ways that you can go about building teams with whether dot damage, follow-up attacks, hyper carry, so on and so forth. And the enemies can be very, very diverse as well. And there's multiple different end games. You got Simulated Universe, you got Swarm Disaster, you got Golden Gears, you have Memory of Chaos, you have Pure Fiction now. There are different ways to go about combat. And it's exactly what Genshin Impact players that wanted more combat to the game actually wanted. That's why Honkai Star Rail is pretty much celebrated in its community. Whereas Genshin Impact has a very polarized community, and I'm pretty sure the constructive critical side of that community is probably Honkai Star Rail players that just want to see Genshin Impact have a more fleshed out combat system and be expanded upon and even have more end game that's combat focused. And the thing is I beat this horse every time I talk about Genshin Impact. Man.
That keeps up with every other game of its genre. Right now, you could say, oh, okay, well, they don't let the moments breathe in the story long enough. And that's completely fair. Nobody's going to fault you for that. But the problem is when people shit talk Honkai Star for being a turn-based RPG, that's like saying, oh, I don't like this burger because it's a burger. I wish this burger was a hot dog. Yeah, obviously everybody's going to call you a retard. Because, like, that's just how you're acting, bro. Like, dude, this shit is just so cringe. This whole debate that just doesn't exist. But this guy's convinced. You know, the worst thing is this guy actually made a very good video the other day about some bullshit. I can't remember why. But this take is so bad.
It's pretty bad.
Boycott Honkai Star Rail as well.
No, you don't. First of all, you even misspelled the name.
I noticed that. He spelled it wrong.
You have to boycott Hoyoverse as a whole because at the end of the day,
no, you don't.
It's the game of money.
No, it's not.
It only takes a fraction of what Genshin is earning in order to create all the content that it is feeding us. Boycotting Hoyoverse one game and praising the other will cause them more good than harm.
No.
It's a bad take. Oh my god. You can't, it won't, you gotta understand that if you boycott the whole company, like if you literally and genuinely decide to literally boycott the whole company as a whole and even do everything that you guys did to Genshin, to Star Rail, and Honkai Impact 3rd, and so on and so forth, it tells the company that they're doing something overall wrong. Yes, the company could explore what the hell's going on, but based on Hoyoverse's track record, they usually get the wrong idea. If you boycott just Genshin, that tells Hoyoverse that that game in particular is doing something wrong. They explore what it is Genshin's doing wrong, see what Honkai Impact 3rd and Honkai Star Rail's doing right, and see if they can integrate what maybe Star Rail and Honkai Impact 3rd is doing right, or more specifically pointing out Star Rail, and try to apply that to Genshin. And that's exactly what we are wanting to do. We want Hoyoverse to take what Star Rail does right and integrate it and incorporate it to Genshin Impact.
No, brother man. That is not how that works. Okay? You just show once again, for the dumbasses in the back, you just show Hoyoverse, hey, we like this game that you made, but we don't like this game that you made. Can you give us the quality of life changes that you put in this game and your other game that you've already made? Thank you, Hoyoverse.
There is a mindset of Genshin content creators I saw where they say HSR player base is entirely different than Genshin Impact, which is
no, it's
not entirely true.
No, it's not true at all.
You cannot.
I've also not seen anybody say that.
Hide the fact that the majority of Honkai Star Rail players are indeed ex-Genshin players.
And that is, there's more to that. And I kind of touched on this earlier. Yes, Star Rail players are a combination of ex-Genshin players that wanted more combat-focused gameplay. But a lot of Star Rail players are also Genshin Impact players. It is literally a combination of different factors.
Who are either playing both games.
I agree. That's fair.
Yes.
Or don't even play Genshin anymore because of all the boycott Genshin drama. Genshin players want an open world and free combat type. Why would they change their preferences in order to switch to Honkai Star Rail? They're completely different games. And there, my friend, comes these content creators.
Okay.
Think of it as your sexual orientation if that...
What are we about to hear? Okay, hold up. Let's put it back.
And there, my friend, comes these content creators. think of it as your sexual orientation, if that makes sense. If you are a straight man and you start watching a lot of gay, at the end of the day, your sexual orientation will change and you will become gay.
That is not how that works at all. What is that take, bro? What is... Look at fucking Tectone's face. Oh, that is not how that works, bro. That is not how that works. Oh my god. You will not become gay if you watch a lot of gay porn. That is just something that if you were straight, you were straight. As a straight man myself, if I saw any kind of gay porn, I don't care how much I'll watch it. It's just gonna come off kind of unpleasant to me. It's gonna make me just wanna just turn it off, bro. I would actually be asking myself how I came across this in the first place. Because it's just not my thing. As a straight man, that is not my thing. Oh my god.
What the? Bro, what in the is bro talking about?
Bro doesn't know what he's talking about.
Believes that you can pray the gay away? Bro. Brother man. What, bro, oh my god, bro. You don't choose your sexual orientation.
And that's the thing. That's exactly what I'm saying. You don't choose that. That is something that's just part of you as soon as you kind of comprehend sexuality. In fact, it was probably part of you when you were born.
Brother, you don't become gay. You might find out. But that shit's decided at birth, brother. What?
Pretty much.
Oh, yeah, dude, you want to become gay? Okay, just watch a bunch of gay you'll swap it up. Bro.
Oh, man.
This has to be Cap. Yeah.
This had to play a part in how it got so ratioed. This had to be the moment when people are like, all right, I'm hitting that dislike button. What the fuck am I listening to? Oh, bro.
Yeah, dude. If you eat enough shit, you'll like the taste of shit. That's right. Yeah, that's right. What this guy said, man. Yeah, this guy, yeah, bro. No, let him cook, man. He's getting somewhere. You just don't understand it, man.
Don't try this at home, please.
Don't try what at home? Watching gay porn? What the f?
It is a psychological warfare. When you watch the same content creators who were loving Genshin Impact previously, but now they hate that game but switch to loving Honkai Star Rail.
Alright, I'll take his opinion and I'll play ball with it. As someone who also plays a lot of shooter games, I don't just play anime gacha games 24/7. I also play games like Destiny 2 off stream and other shooter games like Call of Duty. I have watched several content creators in that genre. Ninja, Grenader Jake, Astacross, let's go with Call of Duty, Dr. Disrespect. I've watched them. I've watched them play those games, but I don't care much for PvP shooter games. In fact, when I watch, like, let's say, Dr. Disrespect play Battle Royales, like with the Call of Duty, like Modern Warfare, I don't like the PvP aspect of shooter games. I always enjoyed more PvE shooter games. That's why I still play Destiny 2 from time to time, even if that game is not in a good spot right now. But it's the element of I can watch PvP shooters. I can watch them play. I can take them in, understand how well they're playing. But for me, I just don't enjoy the PvP aspect of shooters. I just never have. I just don't think it's fun because it's everyone just doing crazy, cheesy shit just to be able to one-up each other. That's why I've always enjoyed PvE shooter games. But to take his point of view, you can go and watch Genshin Impact or Honkai Star Rail. Watch the content creators for those games. But if you don't like it, if you're watching it and you don't like it, but maybe you like the content creator instead and just enjoy them making content for the game, it doesn't change the fact that you may not like the game itself. You might be just watching the content creator just because you enjoy the content creator, or you just manage to show up just to want to see what the whole fuss is about.
And you consume their content again and again, you subconsciously start loving Honkai Star Rail. Do the experiment with yourself.
Yes, I get brainwashed by all the content creators that I consume. I get brainwashed by all of them. I started watching Asmongold and I haven't showered in 2 years. Yes, that's my hero, my king. I started scraping off my scales with my katana in my backyard.
I'll even use Asmongold as an example. Asmongold was a WoW player for a long time, and he still plays WoW to this day. But when I watch Asmongold, even when I'm watching play like MMOs, like League of Legends, World of Warcraft, and so on and so forth, I still haven't touched World of Warcraft at all. Why? Because World of Warcraft is not a game for me. I just like watching Asmongold because I think he's kind of funny. That's it.
Take a waifu. Always talk about her. See her pictures over and over again. Engage with her fandom on different platforms. Make her fan arts yourself. After a week or even less, you will fall in love with her.
That's not how that works. No.
Does bro think he's spitting?
I think bro thinks he's spitting.
Fall in love with an anime girl? You're so right. What the? Bro has burnt down the kitchen at this point.
It is called mind manipulation. Injecting
okay. He's an Atsu viewer. Okay.
Inside you again and again like adrenaline to make you think like this is the ultimate truth, even if it is not. And if you think boycotting Honkai Star Rail just because of Genshin Impact is going to an extreme, I completely agree. A game that is giving justice to their player base, doing everything in their power to keep their players loyal, and meeting a lot of players' expectations, should not be the victim of a crime it never committed.
Okay.
But then let's talk about the history. Do you think doom posting and downvoting of Zhongli forced Hoyoverse to buff him? No. Chinese players went mad. Things went to their government. Sentiments of anti-Chinese patriotism were made. It took extreme actions and measures to buff a single character who was representing China in front of the world through their game.
Don't think that's how that went down.
Cause of fixing Deya.
Not exactly. All right. Was Zhongli? Yes, it was mostly because the Chinese community lost their shit, but I don't think it was to that extreme. It was nowhere. I don't think it was anywhere to that extreme. I think it was just the Chinese community losing their shit, and that was it.
Dude, HSR has 2 buttons. Yeah, and Dark Souls has 2 attacks. Okay, you can light attack or you can heavy attack, but it just depends on how you use those against the enemies that you're fighting. Like, good God, bro, shut the fuck up.
Of Honkai Impact 3rd, Google Classroom, and 7 to 8 different apps including those that had nothing to do with Genshin to voice their opinions, and they just did the damage control and nothing major.
Yep.
Do you think asking players to just boycott Genshin and switch to a different Hoyoverse game will do anything remotely close to it?
Yeah. Like, okay, for every other game in existence, yes.
Because it will tell Hoyoverse that we want more content based on like what Star Rail does versus Genshin.
Is that Hoyoverse does not give a about the Genshin Impact community. They just legitimately don't care. And so now you're saying, oh, dude, we gotta not play anything. Dude, we gotta set fire to the streets. Like, no, bro. Just accept they're not gonna do shit and then move on. And then whenever you see somebody picking mint, you make fun of them. And that's pretty much it.
I doubt that. Because at the end of the day, if you are not spending money on Yelan because she is from Genshin Impact, but instead, you are spending money on Kafka or appreciating her, you are actually intensifying players not to give money to Hoyoverse through your left hand, but give them money from your right hand. Hoyoverse already has the data of every player who played Genshin Impact and switched to Honkai Star Rail, who was spending money on Genshin before, and now is spending more money in Honkai Star Rail because he has already boycotted Genshin. If I have 2 teams underneath me, and you are my customer, and you are saying I don't like your team Genshin, so I will not play Genshin on stream, I will not advertise that team, I will tell players to leave this team behind, but instead, I will advertise Team Star Rail. They are amazing, they're good, I love them. I will make players switch to Honkai Star Rail instead. So what will be my reaction? Of course it would hurt me a little bit, but maybe that's what I want them to do.
You're a manager at KFC. You have 2 employees. One is doing a good job and the other one is doing a bad job. So you give one of the guys who's doing a good job a promotion. What do you think that's going to do to the guy who's not doing a good job? 2 options, either quit or improve.
Yeah, that's basically it. If you want to pop off and get that promotion, then start meeting expectations. Start doing better. Start being like the other guy who actually is getting promotions and maybe raises. Or quit. I mean, Tectone pretty much nailed it. And that's the thing is that, honestly, it just feels like the Genshin Impact team doesn't literally give a shit.
I don't get how Lil Bro does not get that, bro. It's really insane to me. This guy is sitting here and this concept boggles his mind that much.
Maybe I want players to get addicted to different types of play styles, ultimately making more money. I already know the moment I will release Arlecchino, I will get enough money to fund all of my staff for the next 5.
The thing is that if you want to talk money, let's say a Genshin Impact player does go to Star Rail. And they basically say, okay, I'm going to Star Rail now. Star Rail is doing it more for me. Genshin Impact's just not hitting it. That is not that's not a profit. That's actually a plateau. That is staying stagnant. Because honestly, you're not making any money. All that player did, that profit just went to a different game. The goal here is 100% to make more money. You want that player to play both games. You want that player to play Genshin and you want that player to play Star Rail 2. Because that means that player is now spending money in 2 of your games, therefore doubling your profit. If that player is just quitting one game and then just hopping over to the other, you're not making any money. You're actually staying stagnant. You're not making a profit because that player just went from spending money in one game to spending money in another game. That's not profit. That's stagnation. So what you want your players to do, what you want them, like I said, to spend money in both games. Therefore, you need both games to pop off. You need Genshin to do well. That way the players feel motivated to play both games, therefore spending money in both games. That is the issue.
5 months and make the entire Nalon map plus the Pyro Archon. But even if no player play Genshin, if they switch to Honkai, I will still be able to complete the game from Star Rail's money without caring much about the players. And trust me, I know the same content creators that want one of my game to die. They love it when my second game makes more money. And let's be real, even right now, Genshin is still making more money than HSR. But the moment it will change, the moment Honkai Star Rail will exceed Genshin's revenue, same content creators will hype the game so much. Same content creators will give a round of applause. Comments of Genshin could never will be all over the internet, forgetting that this game is also a Hoyoverse game.
And what? Okay, you're saying true statements, but then you're acting like it's a problem. It is now, whether it's intentional or non-intentional, I honestly don't know. Perhaps this guy is so stupid he actually doesn't know what saying. His argument is kind of valid, though, because you are still funding a Hoyoverse by investing money into their other game. And by the way, different dev team argument is invalid. They don't have any saying in corporate practices. It's the company who decide what should be done or not for their games. It's all social experiment game, and their player base are the test subject. Trying to say there's a form of corporate mindset because his argument is valid. No, it's not. It's just not. It's simply not true, man. Okay, okay, so that means if Pokemon were to put out Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue, but Pokemon Red wasn't good and Pokemon Blue was good, that means that you're not allowed to play Pokemon Blue because Pokemon Red is bad? No, it makes no sense.
All right, so on this point that his chat, this person in his chat just stated, there are truths and there are just things we don't know. Yes, Hoyoverse dictates how things go financially. Star Rail is a gacha game. That was the thing that Star Rail had to do. The Star Rail team had to create a gacha game because Hoyoverse is a gacha game parent company. And so that is one thing Star Rail had to do. They had to create a gacha game. There had to be monetization. That was something that was mandated by Hoyoverse. But these are two different teams with two different people at the helm of the teams. They dictate how the game progresses forward. And every creative decision that's done is being held by those individuals. There's a guy in charge of Star Rail, and he decides what happens in Star Rail. There is also a different guy, in charge of Genshin Impact. He is got the decision on what goes forward in Genshin Impact. The only thing Hoyoverse controls in these games, as of right now, is the financial aspect of those games. That's it.
Because the thing is, when a corporation will see that one of their game is being praised and the other one is not being praised, well, then they'll be able to use the feedback on the one game that is being praised, or realizing, hey, we can't have a successful game, so we want this game to be like the other one. Like, you gotta understand, I have no horse in this race. I don't need to play either of the games, but like, people pretending that Genshin Impact is bad, and people acknowledging that Genshin is bad and Honkai Star Rail is good, that is not a dangerous mindset to have whatsoever. Are they still making money? Equals yes, so why would they care? Oh yeah, no, sure. That's completely valid, but here's the other thing. Whether Genshin Impact gets fixed or not, I don't care. I truly don't care. Now,
I also want to say one other thing, and to Tectone's Pokemon example, I get what he was trying to go with it, but it also was kind of a fumble. With Pokemon, the two different versions were made by the same team. This would be more so if Pokemon, like Red, was made by a different group of people, and Blue was made by a different group of people. And then they chose creative differences. Like, they had made very evident creative differences. What would be a better example is the differences between Ruby and Sapphire. In my opinion, there would be an easy way to be able to notice the differences, because Ruby was all about taking on Team Groudon, Team Magma, and Team Aqua in Pokemon Sapphire. And you liked one of the stories better than the other. That would have been a way for Game Freak to be like, well, what did people like about Ruby's story versus Sapphire's story, or the other way around? But still the same point persists, which is Pokemon's not a good example because it's made by the same fucking team.
would it be nice? Yes. I'm not going to play regardless. In my opinion, the damage has already been done. I mean, let's just be real, man. Do you know how many changes they would need to make in order to fix their game at this point, it would be insane, right? But we can at least get the people who enjoy the game for what it is, better compensation and better quality of life. But as far as the game being fixed, that's just simply not going to happen. That will simply just not happen. Now you can 1,000,000%. You can 1,000,000% quit both games. But to say, okay, well now this game is doing really good and the game is really good, but now you're not allowed to talk good about the game or play the game even though it's doing good, that just makes no sense. If you agree with this take, you're simply just wrong. And if you think that you're right, I would love to have a full conversation, because this is just very poor rational and reasoning personified into a video.
Forgetting that it will not matter to me as an owner. Forgetting that you cannot possibly force me to change what I am doing with Genshin if that keeps up. And let's be honest, me talking to all that scenario means nothing.
Yep.
I cannot convince you to even boycott Genshin when I myself log into the game daily. How can I possibly get ahead of myself and start asking for you to boycott Hoyoverse as a whole? I just can't. But I still believe that if you want to force Hoyoverse to do the changes that you intend, and it's a big list of changes, not just limited.
Let's read this. Birthday banners.
I don't think birthday banners are necessary. I have several other criticisms that I think should be taken care of before birthday banners. No.
Don't matter. Separate weapon banners for both limited time weapons.
I could maybe get down with that. I could.
Sure. That's a good change. Triple banners.
Triple banners. If there were more rewards, triple banners could work.
Sure, that's fine. A way to save artifacts in this preset. Yep.
Yeah, that's what everyone's been asking for the longest time.
Yep. Artifact reroll, main set, subset, selector.
Sure.
Sure, that's fine, as long as they're limited. Otherwise, they're going to kill the game. Break rare materials down. Sure.
Okay.
Talent Ascension domain should be available every day. I agree.
I do agree, but I don't ever see Genshin Impact doing that.
Ability to fight weekly bosses multiple times a week. You can only fight them 3 times. I think the weekly bosses are fine as is.
I think Tectone's maybe not seeing that. What he means is, like, let's say with the Norwal boss, I think we should be able to fight that one more times than just one, because then I can't level up. Let's say Furina. I have to literally wait till the next week to be able to level up one of her talents again. Coming from an example of Norwal boss is new, Furina is a new character, I obviously don't have the materials to level up Furina because both the boss and the character are new. So I actually would agree with this one a lot.
240 resin plus reserved resin system. Yep, I agree.
Yep, agree.
Ability to use condensed resin for overworld bosses. True.
Yeah, agree.
World quest navigation from reputation centers. Sure.
Sure.
Collecting all items at once. Sure. Hold F. Sure. More artifacts and material storage space. Yep.
And that's fine, but I've rarely ever ran into that issue.
Yep. More space in Serena Teapot. Yep.
I don't care about anything with Serena Teapot.
MC should be able to change elements in Overworld. I agree.
Yeah.
Make TCG a completely separate game.
100%.
True. Make Teyvat interactive map a part of the in-game map. I mean, sure, that can be useful, but it could look really ugly.
Yeah.
5-star Embibber, Lune, Layla, because why not? Okay, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Skip button and a way to watch cutscenes later. Sure.
Yeah.
5-star standard banner selector. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Toggleable constellations, 1,000,000%.
Yeah.
This would have made my life so much happier if we had toggleable constellations. That would be so much better. 10 intertwined fates login every patch. I agree.
Yeah, agree.
Fixed Daya. True. Permanent co-op content. No, I disagree. You should be able to play this game completely solo and not need to rely on anybody else.
True. Very true.
Make major limited time events permanent.
True.
Sure.
Like, for example, the Albedo, the very first Albedo event were on Dragonspine. That is a very important event because it literally adds backstory to Albedo.
Yeah, that's fine. But be able to uninstall them after, once you finish them. That way it doesn't take up storage space. Make Golden Apple, Archipelago, Mirage, it's a permanent. Yep. How to get limited time weapons. Yep. More endgame content, simulated universe ripoff, 13, 14, 15, yep. Exploration type endgame content.
100%.
Yeah,
I agree with those
at the
end.
The majority of these are...
Yeah, I agree with Tectone. The majority of these are good. Birthday banners, who cares? And this was just a joke, I think. But the rest of this stuff could be great additions to the game.
Actually very good changes. These are actually very good changes.
To the rewards.
Oh, also, kill Paimon, remove her from the story, condense the story.
100%. That is, from a narrative point of view, Paimon, in my opinion, adds nothing to the story. Just take Paimon out of the game and let's just bring Amber or Kale with us. That way we at least have a narrative relevant character with us. And by narrative relevant, I mean a character that at least has some kind of importance to the story. Paimon brings nothing to the story other than to regurgitate information. At least, like let's say Amber, at least has some importance, minimum importance to the story. She is an outrider. She is a member of the Knights of Favonius. She comes from Mondstadt, and she has ties to other places. She's an explorer, even though she kind of constricts herself to Mondstadt. But she knows people like Kale. Therefore, she is aware of stuff outside of just Mondstadt. To go see Kale, she would have had to have gone through Leeway. Therefore, she would have had experience traveling through Leeway. And plus, we would have Amber's point of view of, hey, let me show you how to get through Leeway. And then we would have her point of view of, she's probably never been to Inazuma. So we'd have an outside perspective, not only of ourselves, but through Amber's point of view of, hey, this is Inazuma. This is new to me too. That's kind of like the interest of why March 7th is a really good companion. Because March 7th, even though she is just basically our best friend character in Star Rail, she at least has narrative relevance being a member of the Astral Express. So I would 100% rather take Amber as my sidekick best friend. Hey, and Amber has got something going on with Eula too, so we get to see Eula more. So yes, again, I would much rather take Amber as my best friend's sidekick than Paimon. 100%.
You cannot possibly just ask players to stick to doom posting or review bombing Genshin because it never worked before. You either need to go all the way in.
Review bombing did work for the anniversary.
Start being crazy and insane.
It got something
Google
done.
Classroom and Amazon again.
No, you don't need to do that. 1,000,000% disagree.
Boycott HSR, Tears of Themis, Honkai Impact 3rd.
You don't need to do any of those things.
Nope.
Swear to never play Zenless Zone 0.
You don't need to do that either.
Switch to Wuthering Waves.
That's true. Okay, that's based. That makes sense.
Wuthering Waves is a good
The proper
game.
way to actually critique Genshin Impact is to spam 1-star Genshin Impact, spam 5-star Wuthering Waves, and spam 5-star Honkai Star.
And this is going to be very important. But how Wuthering Waves pops off will be very interesting for the point of view of how Genshin Impact and Hoyoverse respond to this success. And I really do hope Wuthering Waves does do very well. I want to see competition in the market.
I think that is a very good way of actually boycotting the game. If that's what you want to do, right? Because if you praise their competitor, that is going to make them shit themselves with panic.
Make them feel like they're going to go bankrupt. Only then will they do the damage control and give you 10 more intertwined fates. What? You thought they will change their ways and do something good for Genshin? Nah, stop dreaming. But then again, maybe they will learn something about it afterwards. Just saying, if you want...
Wuthering Waves will be pretty much the only way that... If Wuthering Waves done well, it's pretty much going to be the only way where Genshin Impact will actually improve.
I agree. Like I said, if Wuthering Waves pops off and does well, it will add direct competition to the market. Yes, I would like to see Genshin Impact respond due to the success of its brother team, sister team doing well in Star Rail. But it looks like they don't care. And I understand why, because it's just a team or game that it's part of the Hoyoverse umbrella. What's good for them is fine. We don't have to do anything. We don't have to change anything. They're not directly competing with us. But if Wuthering Waves, a competitor from a different company, pops off and starts taking players from that game, that's money out of Hoyoverse's pocket. That's, at least with Genshin and Star Rail, it's just there. If one player quits and goes to Star Rail, even though they're not making a profit, at least they're not losing a profit either. But this would be a direct loss of profit. So that may make Hoyoverse go to Genshin and say, hey, you guys need to start doing better. Because if a player leaves your game for that game, that's profit loss.
Right. Once again, not that I give a. And I got to make that clear. Right. Not that I give a. Right. But that will actually be a way where the company will want to improve. But once Wuthering Waves comes out, why would I want to go play a game that's me for 4 years when I can just play a game that's always been good to me? I mean, maybe Wuthering Waves shits the bed, but from what I've seen, it's going to be a really fun game, personally.
I think it's going to do well.
Genshin, you need to boycott Hoyoverse as a whole, not just a single game.
Wrong.
Wuthering Waves is the best competitor,
I agree.
best Genshin killer,
I agree.
best alternative.
I agree.
Even if you don't like a certain aspect of it, you still stick to that. Do not engage with Hoyoverse. Do not care about characters. Do not.
Once again, Wuthering Waves is not a Genshin killer. It's a Genshin competitor, right? But it will be a Genshin killer for the hardcore player base. Because what the hardcore player base wants Genshin Impact to be is Wuthering Waves.
Yeah,
right.
Agree.
But
I agree.
Casual players, they're not going to give it. Okay, they're still collecting mint and berries.
CLA 2.0. Do not install Honkai Impact 3rd.
Shut the fuck up. You can do whatever you want. Honkai Impact playing is fine. Pulling on Acheron, it's fine.
Do not get hyped for Arlecchino.
Yeah, that's fair.
And completely leave the company behind.
That's going to be a hard one. I'll give him that.
On all of their games.
Nah, just Genshin.
Make boycott Genshin trending on Twitter.
I mean, the problem is that when people make videos this brainless, this makes the people who actually boycott the games actually just look idiotic, right? Because like this is one of the quote unquote spokespeople. Like I don't know how bro has left the video up and hearted all of these comments shitting on him. I don't get it.
Start mailing their government. Start making protests. Tell them you will commit suicide if they don't fix the game.
What the fuck did he just say?
Nah, just Genshin.
Start making protests. Tell them you will commit suicide if they don't fix the game.
Did he just say this? Okay, I know he's saying it in sarcasm. I know he's saying that as a joke, but it's still not good. You're literally you're asking people to say you're gonna off yourself if they don't think that's such an extreme.
What the? Holy shit! This is complete mental illness. Guys, this is not satire. This is bro being dead ass.
I don't know about that.
Start making protests. Tell them you will commit suicide if they don't fix the game.
What the?
I don't want to believe he was being serious about that. I want to believe he was joking. I don't want to believe he was being serious about that, because that is crazy. That's fucking crazy.
Holy shit! I gotta send this video to Asmund real quick. Hold on.
Borders illegally just to create your Bilibili account to Doom post Genshin and Hoyoverse.
I think he's joking. I think he's joking.
You think? This isn't satire, guys.
Wait, no. Read it. Go back. All right. Oh my god. Just to clarify, I am not against Star Rail, nor am I saying you must boycott Star Rail. I only had an opinion that I shared. It should not be 100% correct. But I still believe just sticking to Doom Posting Genshin and switching to Honkai Star Rail or Honkai Impact 3rd will do nothing. If you want to force Hoyoverse to make changes, this is what you have to do. It doesn't mean that you should do that. It only means that it's the only option. Because at the end of the day, I can't force you to boycott anything. Oh my god. This motherfucker. I'm reading this part again. If you want to force Hoyoverse to make changes, this is what you have to do. And then he just goes to kind of backtrack a little bit and say, it doesn't mean that you should do it. Oh my god, I wanted to believe you were being sarcastic. I wanted to believe you were joking. Oh my god. This guy is... I see now why he deleted this video. He is off his... He was just high on something when he made this fucking video.
This isn't satire. This is legit not satire.
Make a riot. Shout boycott Genshin from the roofs. Start asking your Chinese friends to start making boycott Genshin Douyin videos. Ask your government to put pressure on China that if they don't fix Genshin, we will resort to the N-word. I mean...
Now you're saying you gotta be racist? Oh my god. This dude literally has lost his shit. Again, I see why he deleted this video now. He was just so fucking wrong. And this comment right here. Hold on. This comment right here. I wouldn't boycott a game that is treating the players right. We can't send mixed signals to Hoyoverse like Genshin is terrible to players, so it gets boycotted. Star Rail is good to its players, and it gets boycotted too? So, was the problem how the devs treat players at all? I think we have to encourage them to want to repeat good behavior. That is literally the whole point. We should send a signal by boycotting Genshin that tells Hoyoverse that Genshin is doing shit wrong. And because Star Rail is not getting boycotted, that tells Hoyoverse that Star Rail's doing something good. And then this motherfucker goes and hearts the comment. Meaning that he at least read that.
Your government to put pressure on China that if they don't fix Genshin, we will resort to the N-word.
And he's advocating, whether he realized it or not, to be just fucking racist.
On this platform for 5 years, and it is very rare the times where I am speechless. What the would saying the N-word do?
Nothing!
To Hoyoverse.
You're...
Even bro is flabbergasted at this.
I mean the military N-word. We will start World War III if they don't fix Genshin. Tell them we will go back in time and revive Hitler if they don't fix Genshin. Also, it would be better for the people of Palestine as well. But anyways, you get my point.
No, bro.
The entire
no!
Bro.
No! Nobody gets your point!
No. After the release of Wuthering Waves? And after saying all that, I cannot force you to stop playing Genshin. I'm a useless idiot in all of this war who cannot even ask you to take a very first step, and you think we can take on against multi-billion dollars company by boycotting one of their game while praising the other? Do let me know. And if you agree with my takes, subscribe. If
you will be
not, tell me where am I wrong, and I will see you in the comments.
Everywhere!
Oh god, I mean, look at how your video did, bro.
Oh my god.
I mean, he did!
That was one of the most... 491.
That was one of the worst takes I have ever fucking seen. And I 100% understand why Moharb just got obliterated with this video. This video was awful. And it was just all because of the opinion. His takes were so bad. Especially the gay thing. And the suicide thing. Oh, man.
That was one of the most insane videos I've ever seen.
Oh, bro. Oh, man. All right. But yes, now seeing this context, I understand why the video was deleted. Now, let's get the full context. Let's watch the apology video.
Alright everyone, Moharb is here, and I was double-minded and curious about a thought that was ticking my mind for a very long time. I created a video on that. But oh my god, the way I created that video was actually the worst way possible to humankind. Not only that, but when I saw negative comments on that video, I was so confused as to what did I even said that made community so enraged. I even gave a lot of replies trying to justify and clarify myself. But whatever, I am a small content creator. My voice is not as loud, but sometimes things go out of proportion and you don't get the results you were expecting.
Alright, so he's going down the I'm a small content creator route. Being a small content creator, like myself, doesn't justify having just terrible ass opinions. Again, this is coming from a small content creator. Because I'm a small content creator, doesn't mean I'm going to have terrible opinions. This dude, you just had a terrible fucking opinion.
Right? But that was not what happened with my previous video. Things went even crazier when I went outside. I picked mints and berries. Wait, I mean real mints and berries. I touched grass for some time. I refreshed my mind and came back and watched that video again. When I watched that video again, I was like, what the hell am I talking about? What is wrong with this guy? Who is he? Because he is obviously not the Moharb I know. I could not.
So you're saying that because you took a walk, you came back and realized you had a shit opinion? Far-fetched. Pretty far-fetched.
I cannot believe how idiotic and senseless my takes were, and all the hate I received was well-deserved. I understand that sharing an opinion is not a crime even if it is nonsensical, but the way I shared my opinion was not a very good way to do that.
The problem, again, was not how you shared your opinion. It's just that your opinion was nonsensical. That is the issue.
A lot of Honkai Star Rail players got upset just because of the title and thumbnail. Most of the things I said as a joke were portrayed as a focal point of the video, and the
at no point, even in your pinned comment, did you state that you were joking. Because of your pinned comment, it gave off the impression that you were being dead ass.
development and the way of expression was mostly just harsh and wrong. It made me feel like an idiot, and of course every single comment that was against me on that video was 100% deserving and justifiable. I appreciate all the negativity I faced, and it made me rethink a lot for my future productions. It also made me felt like yes, if I am talking about something, players are listening and reacting to that. My efforts are not going in vain. I genuinely appreciate everyone who disliked the video and left a negative comment on it. It was another step forward for me to keep learning and being better. And I genuinely apologize if I hurt anyone. I apologize to Tectone for calling him out. I apologize to BMO, to VXV Gacha, to Yelon Tao, to everyone in the Honkai Star Rail community and also in the Genshin Impact community. If you never watched the video and don't know what I am talking about, well, you know what? It's better that way. I have already deleted that video. Not because a bunch of online folks slandered me, but because I myself was not agreeing with most of my points. Plus, if you really want to watch that, you can go to Tectone's channel or VXV Gacha's channel, or some other channels from people I don't even know because they reacted to my video. I will not link them in the description though.
X-Juice is cool. I don't know Kekvin.
But I got pretty famous recently. And honestly, they didn't slander me enough. They really held back maybe because of my previous content or good relationship. But I got pretty famous recently.
No. No. You used the incorrect word. You did not get famous. You got infamous. You only grew in popularity due to negative criticism. That is infamy.
And honestly, they didn't slander me enough. They really held back maybe because of my previous content or good relationships with them. But if I were to react to that video right now, I would honestly not hold back, and it would be an even bigger disaster. I cannot believe I was that stupid. And if I learned anything from it, it is that maybe I should go outside more and pick mints and berries in real life instead of in Genshin Impact. And again, I am very sorry to everyone. Please find it in your heart to forgive me for this blunder that I made. Now will I never create another drama video ever again? Absolutely not. I will keep siding with those amazing and GigaChad content creators who are doing their best to make Genshin a better game, and I will keep talking about whatever I will have in my mind. And if I will make another blunder, I will apologize again. I am not a person who knows everything, and you can say that I am a little mentally delusional, maybe because of watching a lot of Layla pictures. But how will I know I made a blunder or that this ideology that I have in my mind is senseless if I will never talk about that idiotic topic?
It's called doing a bit of research and just having common sense. I will give you the benefit of the doubts. I will say maybe you might have been high off whatever those mint and berries are that you're picking, and you just literally came up with some of the most bizarre opinions ever. But that's it.
And that's why I appreciate every harsh or bad comment and backlash that I faced. It made me grow more mature. I am very thankful to all of you guys, and I am very sorry if I hurt anyone's feelings. Maybe that's all for now. I was creating a Wuthering Waves video, but I thought making this video was more important than my future content. If you do something bad, you don't stick being bad. You learn from it and try to be a better person. And those who criticize you for being bad are never your enemies. They're your mentors. I wish Genshin developers understand that as well. So that was a small apology video on my behalf. I hope you guys forgive me. And if you guys have anything to say about the topic or want to talk to me, you are welcome in my Discord. I also share my screen whenever I play, so you can join. See you in the comments section. Peace.
Alright, so there we go. There's the context. My God, man. That was a strange video. Hex Juice, when I was watching her video, said something very on point. She said something along the lines of, I was not even prepared for that experience being the video. And I 100% agree with Hex Juice. that was a strange video. And I can kind of see where he would apologize for some things. The whole N-word thing, the gay comment. Oh my God. That was something. But yes, this was bad. I'm really happy that Moharb, I will say this. I'm really happy that Moharb was able to reflect on how bad this video was and was able to respond in a way where it took down the video because it was idiotic. And then I would say his apology video was fine. He did basically get to the point, apologize for how just dumb his opinion was. And the thing is I want to end this video by saying there's nothing wrong having an opinion. Having an opinion just means that you're human. But we all have to face the repercussions of our opinions. If you're saying something that's on point and is educated, and therefore more than likely most people will agree with your opinion, more than likely you'll be fine. Because you're saying something that is quote unquote based. But if you're saying something just idiotic, you're more than likely going to receive criticism for it. And the thing is that criticism can be harsh, but more than likely that criticism is constructive. You reflect on why your opinion is dog shit. And if you reflect and you educate yourself and you find out that you're wrong, then just say, hey, I looked into my opinion and I found out I was wrong. And I see why I'm wrong. And I'm now agreeing that, hey, maybe I was a little bit crazy there. And that I will give Moharb his credit. He reflected, he educated himself, and he made positive steps to fix things. Deleted the idiotic video, made an apology video, was for the most part on point. I do think that it's kind of funny that he had to go on a walk to realize that he was wrong. I think that walk was maybe getting some air and asking people, hey, did you watch that video I made? Okay. People are telling me I'm stupid. Do you think I'm stupid? I think that's what happened. But okay. Good. An interesting ride. But definitely check out Tectone. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for him. He's a cool guy. I haven't watched too much of Moharb's content. He seems like a decent guy, just with a terrible ass opinion. But again, I think overall he probably is an alright guy. I'm going to leave a link in the description for the video for him. I'll give him a like just because he fixed himself. But I'll leave a link in the description of Moharb's apology video too, just to be fair. And with all that being said, thank you guys for hanging out. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Definitely hit that like and subscribe button. For me, hitting that like button helps get the video out there. Hitting that subscribe button helps us grow our community over here. So definitely hit that like and subscribe button. And while you're at it, hit that notification bell so you'll be informed whenever I go live or upload any new content. And with that being said, thank you guys for hanging out, and I'll catch you guys later.